You better get to work picking that cotton. But why only me? Is it because I'm black? Now, it's not about that. It's about an economic system that may not be perfect, but is based on universal principles stated in the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, yeah, that's how Florida wants to teach slavery. I mean, that's how we teach it where I live. And I don't even live in Florida, so I'm with it.
I know you keep saying that. It just seems strange that there's no white people picking cotton. Wow, again with the race. You need to stop reducing people to their skin color, my friend. You're the real racist here. You're right, Massa. I apologize for making you feel uncomfortable. I forgive you, boy. We all make mistakes.
Now, unfortunately, that actually could be a funny skit, but it's just not, because you know that he actually believes that. He actually thinks that that's what people want to teach. Hey guys, my name is Swamp, and today we're going to be talking about some of the best hot takes. Don't you just love that term? Hot takes. Anyway, please, once again, allow me to be the Virgil to your Dante as we descend into the fourth circle of TikTok hell, where we will find a trans person who's braver than any Marine, a woman who believes that Trump supporters were alive during the Civil War, and a lovely, lovely woman of color who believes that segregation really wasn't all that bad.
Segregation didn't sound that bad.
Let's hit it.
Have you noticed that the same people telling us to move on from the attempted coup on January 6th still haven't gotten over losing the Civil War? It's weird.
Have you ever noticed how what you just said might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard? I don't know, it's weird.
If you're seeing this, you've reached Classical Music is Racist TikTok.
Oh, well, and thank God for that.
The fact that classical music, which is really the music of 18th century Western European cis straight white male composers, is valued as the highest form of art music in America is an example of white supremacy. Those who go to college to study music will spend countless hours studying music theory, Western music history, and more.
Well, first off, you're going to a Western school. Duh. Second of all, this makes me believe that you don't know what music theory is.
And most schools only have one class requirement or no class requirements for world music.
Stop the presses, you guys. This is groundbreaking information.
This means that educators are woefully unprepared to meet the standards of understanding global interdisciplinary and 21st century connections with music. Task forces like this one are arguing that the music major needs to be changed to be more all-encompassing and actively anti-racist. But in the meantime, those who are music educators have to struggle and wrestle with the question, how can I be actively anti-racist in teaching music in a system that values white supremacy?
Oh, I know this one. You can't, because everything you just said is bullshit.
What if we stopped saying homeless, we stopped saying people experiencing houselessness, and said people displaced by capitalism?
These people always give that little look at the end, like that smug look, like they just came up with something that was just brilliant or, in some way was worth anybody's time. Here, how about this? I have an idea. Instead of calling them Cuban migrants or Cuban refugees, we call them people displaced by communism.
The widespread animosity between Asian people and black people is probably one of the sneakiest tricks ever pulled to uphold white supremacy.
So sneaky, I didn't even know it existed. And honestly, this guy has left me so speechless that I'm just going to let this whole thing play and you just take it in. Let it wash over you.
I've seen a lot of black people scoff at the idea that the black community should stand in solidarity and support of the Asian community right now. And to justify this, they say, oh, Asian people don't like us, they don't help us, why should we help them? And the answer is quite simple. Because white people don't want us to. It's the same reason that white people pit black men against black women or light-skinned people against dark-skinned people. Because we're a lot easier to control when we're divided. The anti-black and anti-Asian sentiments in our respective communities didn't develop organically, they were put there. They're the product of systems of white supremacy specifically designed to keep people of color disenfranchised in this country. We need to build bridges and stand with the Asian American community and to start dismantling the anti-Asian hatred within ourselves. Because it gets us nowhere, it weakens us both, and there is no question that we would all be stronger together.
Dumbass. Sometimes I actually do wish that white people had as much power as these people think. Even a quarter of the power that these people think.
But now, seriously, not only am I brave, I'm braver than any military veteran who has ever served in the American military. Any of them, the Marines, the Army, the Navy, any of them, I'm braver than them. I'm braver than them. You can't compare the things they do to what I had to do. You seriously, genuinely, honest to God cannot. And I would love to have somebody come on here and try to convince me otherwise.
Really? Honest to God? You'd like to have someone try to convince you otherwise? Hang on a second.
What is something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Integration was not the answer.
That is something you'd probably get a lot of hate for saying.
Because it wasn't even true integration, it was just desegregation. Wasn't the same thing. Integration should have been dismantling both the black and white structures and creating a new structure, integrating two different things into one. Instead, what really happened was they just took down the whites only signs.
Whites? Why are you saying it that way?
And just put us in their spaces. Not the same thing. And quite frankly, racism and violence aside, segregation didn't sound that bad. Because the idea of an all-black school, all-black pool, all-black movie theater, all-black restaurants, that doesn't sound bad to me. I truly believe the fight was more so for equality of resources, but I don't think we was trying to sit with y'all to sing Kumbaya, but that's just me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Those were the good old days, man. God, yeah, things really were a lot better back then. I mean, I sure wish that that's how things still were. You see how stupid that sounds?